A survey conducted by Impulse Research found that 85% of Americans believe breakfast is important, but over 60% say they don't have enough time to eat breakfast. Today I'm going to tell you why it is important to eat breakfast each and every single day, and why it's important to have a nutritious breakfast rather than a coffee. I'm going to begin by asking a question. How many of you sat down to a nutritious breakfast? Because people don't have time for breakfast is causing them many different side effects and different ways that affect them later in the day. One of these ways is the growling stomach. The reason why we get the growling stomach in the midday is because we do skip breakfast, and this is a sign that our blood glucose sugar levels are low. If our blood glucose levels get too low, then the brain basically goes into a craving state, and we have a need for food. And later in the day, the studies showed that if we do not eat breakfast, then later in the day we'll crave something that's sugary, like a Coke or donuts or something like that. Okay, this first chart I'm going to show you displays how your blood glucose level changes when you eat. And before any meal, it's about 4.0 to 7.0 millimoles per liter. And 2 hours after the meal, it's going to go up to 5 to 10 millimoles per liter. All right, this next graph I'm showing you is your sugar levels and your insulin levels and how they're affected by different kinds of breakfasts, not eating breakfast, and a balanced breakfast. The first breakfast is the carbs-based breakfast. That's your coffee, your donuts, your sugary foods, something just to get you started for the day. In the morning, when we get waking up from a fast from 8 or 10 hours, we're going to eat the donuts, and that's going to quickly raise our levels, and as the day moves on, they're going to start spiking and going up and down into dangerous levels. The next is skipping breakfast altogether. This is even worse because, as you can tell, you're going to get hungry more throughout the day, and your levels are going to be spiking even more. But if we have a balance in a protein-based breakfast, like eggs, pancakes, something good like that, all the nutrients are going to supply your insulin levels and your sugar levels, and they're all going to stay in this range, which is really good for you. So this leads me to the question, why are we skipping breakfast? Well, there's two reasons. We have no time, and we're lazy. Like I said before, 60% of Americans are refusing to take 15 minutes out of their day just to sit down and eat breakfast. So I want to get into some motives that people feel that intentionally skip breakfast, and some motives they have. One being weight loss. Okay, everyone thinks if you don't eat breakfast, you're going to lose weight. Are they right? Wrong. Researchers from the National Weight Control Registry, a database of more than 3,000 people, say that people who have lost at least 60 pounds, kept it off for an average of 6 years, found that eating breakfast every day was a weight control strategy for 78% of the people out of the registry, and that's a lot of people. Very wrong. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition indicates that people who skip breakfast in an attempt to lose weight tended to eat 100 calories more than people who did eat breakfast. Okay, this leads me to 3 different solutions that we can take to make sure we get breakfast in us. The first solution is Operation Wake Up Call. And what this is waking up 15 minutes earlier or setting your alarm clock earlier so that we have time to wake up, get that shower, dry off, sit down to a nice bowl of Fruity Pebbles or whatever and get that breakfast in ya. The second solution is we can stop being lazy, and we can, get out of the car and we can start walking our dog instead of driving around with our dog and looking like an idiot. Or, my final solution is that we can all just go to a massive rave party. You know, we can go to Beta in Denver, and we can just basically, we can rave the night away, and after the rave, we will be so hungry that we'll just go to IHOP, and we'll all be happy, and we'll get breakfast in us, and we'll be ready to rave again. Yes. And that's